Hi everyone, today is August 9th. Now let's take a look at today's Bitcoin price. Unfortunately, Bitcoin continued its downward trend yesterday, falling as low as $6,000. There was a small break in the short run, and the price is now around 6,300. As we can see from the K chart, MA6, MA18, and MA16 are now in strong short form at a daily level. The MA6 is currently running at around $6,700. The graph doesn't see any sign of slowdown in downside, which means short's power is still very strong. And we can see from the KDJ indicator that KDJ is indicated in a serious oversold situation. On the daily line level, because now KDJ are almost below 10, let's zoom out the graph. The current position of KDJ is also relatively rare in history. The general pattern suggests that there may be a strong short stabilization process or even a rebound. But as we can see from the MACD indicator, the MACD just went down the zero axis at yesterday. At present, MACD index is still in a strong short area, so the reason to expect a rebound from KDJ alone is really low, because there are many ways to repair KDJ value. We shift over to CZ. Historically, around May 19 and May 29 and at 2018, the KDJ value is near that location, and there has been a serious oversell at the daily line level. In fact, we can see from the market price of these two sections that the operation of the movement of the currency and the repair of KDJ value can be completely through a rebound of the positive line, or through a platform consolidation form. Both of these approaches can fix departures in the KDJ index. We can also see from these two movements, that is, when the average of the current trend is in a short position, especially when the MA6 and MA18 are both in a strong short position on May 19th, you can see that the rally basically gives you an opportunity to sell your chips. If you fail to sell at that time, you probably will lose the money. In June, you can see that during this section, it was actually relatively decent, because this time to KDJ repair market, MA6 has began to go flat and has begun to enter the multi-form, but the MA18 was still in short form. I know when the MA6 broke the MA18, it did not change the trend of the MA18. Later, it directly breaks through the whole platform area with large shadow line, causing the current price to drop to another platform. Now, in the case of the currency, you can see that the value of the MA6 is still around $6,700, which means the average cost for the last 6 days is around $6,700. If this place wants to use a single positive line to directly cover yesterday's big overcast line to open the rebound, you think how difficult it is. Even step of the rebound will have to sprawl the chips. The sprawl pressure is very large, so if the main capital, then I certainly not going to choose to do that. Even if I wanted to fix the deviation of the KDJ value here, the easiest way to do that would be to let the currents, fluctuation here. But the level of volatility is too small for the average investor to, to earn money, so it's still not worth to do. We narrowed the K line, and you can see that it's starting around October of last year, plus this time there were 4 times that the currents reached this area. The first 3 times have a good bounce. But as you can see from the K line form, the high point of each rally are falling. It shows that the whole Bitcoin market is in a big bear market circle. So our first priority at this time must be to control the risk. You go after high return in the big bear market, which is in itself against the trend. And at this time, the position of the current price, since it was also the bottom area of the previous triple bottom, now this position is very complicated with many shorts and long buyers. Personally speaking, I think the best way to do this is to look on the sidelines, because this is a place where it's very dangerous whether you are a big buyer or a big seller. If you are short and you want to open a short order, the best option would be for the price of the currency to fall down this bottom and the short trend to continue. Then you could think about your operation. If you are a long buyer and you want to do, you should at least wait until the MA6 starts to go flat or go bull. And by that time, you're going to get into the game a lot more security. Therefore, also the current trend needs to repair the KDJ indicator. You don't need to participate in this period of this time because the space is not big, and then it is still dangerous to do so. And at least you won't lose money if you wait on the sideline. Another situation is that some friends like to lurk near the bottom. In the place where I stopped my loss yesterday, you can see that there was a stabilization of the currency around the MA60, which is the left side of the trade. So the natural risk was relatively higher. Now the whole Bitcoin trend we have seen so far is that it's in a big bear market. Therefore, it is not very cost effective to do latent operation at that time, either in terms of capital cost or time cost. Therefore, in this situation, it is better for everyone to focus on waiting and watching outside of the market instead of doing any kind of operation in the market. Well, thank you. That's all for today. See you next time.